Thank you for joining my live stream today. I'm continuing to work on the rose. Change my glasses here. Trying to get set up so that I can see the chat as well. Hey, there we are. All right. I think I'll raise this up just a little bit. Okay. All right. Hopefully, this little microphone that I got here on my lapel will work for making the sound better. I finally ordered one and it arrived, and even more importantly, I finally tried it out because I've had it in my studio for a while. Sometimes you just need a little help, a little extra. You just need a little hand holding. I had to get my husband here to help me get it set up, do a little test. How's the sound out there on the internet? Does it sound okay? My voice traveling through this little microphone? Hi, Christopher. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. My name is Melodie Provenzano, and I'm painting this rose from direct observation. I've been at it for a few days now. I'm working on raw linen, and I'm keeping the background as pristine as I possibly can. So there's no primer on the canvas, it's just raw. It takes a little added effort to get where I am painting, to get the canvas to absorb the paint. I have some water in my palette. Hey, Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, nice. You declare the winner. Oh, great. Hey, can you tell any difference with my voice? I got a little microphone. Can you hear my voice when I whisper? Um, yeah. Oh, good. It's crystal clear now. Perfect. Awesome. Great. Yes. I got a little microphone, so I'm glad it's helping. Rumpelstiltskin, is anything happening in India today? Any holidays there being celebrated? Now let's go to a leaf here. Actually, let's go to the branch of the leaf. I love how much red and pink I see in the stem and the leaves. Mm. Ah, that's a very cool curl, leaf curl here. I can get a little closer to it to see what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up, people, friends. Appreciate that. All right, let's get in and see this curl. That's like a leaf, like a little baby leaf or something. It's kind of green, actually. There's one in the background, too. I wonder if I should paint the one that's in the background first. I think I will. Then I'll go over it with the one that's like slightly closer to me. All right, here we go. Here's a little curl leaf. Oh, hi, toe grabber. All right, and then there's this one, this little leaf. Curls around. Oh, cool. Thank you, Tempted. It's a rose. This is a rose blossom, a rose bud, actually. It's not a blossom. It's not going to blossom, I don't think, because it's been picked. Because there was a cold freeze. So my mother-in-law went out and picked her roses and brought them in. And this one was a rose bud. And I thought, wow, that is so pretty. I want to paint it. She said I could. She said I could. So she let me take it from her house. And now I'm trying to finish painting it before it totally changes. It's a living thing. Alexander, please don't solicit people for money on my chat, okay? I'm sorry if you're needing money for food, but please don't solicit people on the chat. Hi, Omizu. Hey, Wyatt. Horsey boys. I'm using my new microphone, Omizu. My little lapel microphone. So maybe my sound quality is a little better today, hopefully. Oh, good. I'm glad it's sounding clearer. That's excellent. Great. The cool thing about this rose stem is that it's got these tiny little prickles, little thorns, tiny little ones all over it. And of course, I'm going to paint them because I think they're so cool. Hopefully, I can do it justice. These little pricklies. Tiny, tiny, tiny detail. Like, some of them even look kind of pink. Down here. They might look like a little mistake, but they're not. They're little thorns poking off of this stem. All right, let's come down to this leaf. See little, I love these little saw teeth that the leaf has. And also the leaf is like outlined in this like reddish, really super rich maroon color. This edge is like all saw teeth. A sawtooth edge. And even like within the little saws, there are tiny little teeth in between some of these teeth. Oh, cool. Thanks, Umizu. Little thread sticking off of the canvas right there. If I can grab, oh, sorry. I can grab it with my fingernail. No. I guess I'll just, it's right there. I guess I'll just paint it down, paint that little thread down. I'm using a lot of matte medium. See this big blob of matte medium? Just gonna put it on there. Oh, that's a good question, Omizu. I like I like these brushes. The 2/0/0 Blick Master Stroke Golden Tacklon round. I like these. These are one of the ones that I really like. And then there's a there's one. This is Blick. There's another one that I also really like in terms of small brushes. In terms of bigger brushes, I could use anything. Oh, hi, Paul. You're an artist. Oh, you should post one of your paintings in my community so I could see it. You use a small plastic trowel. Wow, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what you work on, what you paint, Paul. There's like a there's like this highlight. This edge is catching the light. I'm gonna need a bigger brush to do that. Since I used to live in New York City, I shopped at Blick and Utrecht a lot. Blick and Utrecht are owned by the same people, company, whatever. So they're very similar. I think they're very similar products. Um, and I think I used to go to the stores and buy stuff in the store. Now I order the stuff online. They have a paintbrush sale. I'll buy a bunch because I love a brand new brush. There's nothing like a brand new brush when you're trying to get little tiny, tiny details. Like the tips of these teeth on this leaf. Leaf teeth. Leaf teeth. Or this vein running down the middle. Hmm. Jack and Rose. What it now? Jack and Rose. What is Jack and Rose? I don't know what Jack and Rose is, Rumpelstiltskin. Hi, Isabel. Oh, it's the mean Leo. We had school. No worries. Thanks for tuning in again. There's another like fiber in this linen that's sticking up. So I'm using the other side of my brush, this side. It's all nice and rounded, and I just push on the paper. Oh, the Titanic, right? Rumpelstiltskin, gotcha. I don't think I ever saw the entire movie. That was a blockbuster, though. Leonardo DiCaprio saw the last solo show I had in New York City. He went to it. He was there the morning of the day it opened. And the gallery owner texted me, "You'll never guess who was in here seeing the show." And I was like, she said, "Leonardo DiCaprio." She was so excited. I was really excited too. He was like the first person to see the show because he came so early in the morning. And the opening was that evening. And then 2 weeks later, everything shut down because it was COVID time. And then we moved. We left New York City and we moved to the countryside in Tennessee. Get a slightly bigger brush. Oh, am I working right inside where the chat is? Let me try and fix this issue. Let's go like this. Let's lower this. Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit more. There. Hey, Thakvam. I do. I have 2 orange cats. Rumpelstiltskin Pierre and Creamsicle are our cats. kind of a bigger brush now. This is also oh no, this is not a Blick. I thought it was, but it's not. This says Fundamentals Creative Mark. This must have been bought in a set of brushes, like at the hobby store or something. Coming a little closer. See more painting and less of my hair. All right. There, now you won't be distracted by my haircut or my messy hair that I didn't comb today. I like having a hairstyle where you can just roll out of bed and it's ready to go. Mhm. Mm. This stuff has definitely moved a bit on me. Mm. Mm-hmm. This over here is where it connects. Hmm. Mm. Right. This is fun using like a lot of water in my brush. Well, let's go back and do these little teeth on the edge. This is nice because the brush itself makes the tooth shape. So I don't have to draw every shape. I can just kind of press my brush down and it makes the shape. It's much easier than the way I was doing it up here. I'm glad I switched brushes to this bigger round brush. Mm. All right, let's get some highlight. This is a little tricky area. There's a little thorn right there. And this, the way these stems meet, like this one is in front. And some orange. Mixing some stuff here. Yeah, down here, it's a little tricky. I'll have to figure that out. Hey, Rumpelstiltskin, this fabric is linen. It's made out of flaxseed. Or not flaxseed, flax. It's made out of flax. The flax. I'm not sure what part of the plant, the flax plant, it's made out of, but that's what it's supposed to be stronger than cotton, which I guess is why it's more expensive than cotton. And hi, Collie. How are you today? Just step back a little bit, see what's going on. All right, let's figure this out right here. Get this edge drawn in. And put those little teeth. There's one. And then this guy comes back. And there's another one right here. Oh, flax stems. Okay. I don't know anything about processing jute fibers. Is that what they make baskets out of? Hi, Isabel. Isabel, how are you doing today? Oh, you're great. Good. I'm good too. Oh, it's just practice. I love painting. So I just like, go at whatever speed I need to go at. And I'm looking at the rose. I do it by looking at the rose. Here, let me back up so you can see what I'm painting. There's the rose. And hey, German King. I'm doing good. You too. I hope you're having an amazing day. Having a great day. So yeah, I'm just looking very closely at, these leaves and enjoying the way they look, and I'm getting inspired by the way they look, and just looking at them and seeing them informs me of how to paint them, just by looking at them. And I have a lot of practice painting still lifes, a lot of practice painting from life. So I have a lot of practice looking at stuff. So that's how I do it, with all my practice that I've done in the past. See this beautiful, like, brighter color under here on the stem. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Oh, Isabel, you could, I bet you could, but you'd have to practice for a while. German King says sometimes people paint and draw better than they can see. That is so funny, German King. That is really funny. Yeah, my paintings from when I was in my 30s are amazing, if I do say so myself, because I had perfect vision, and I didn't need to wear glasses, and it was just like I didn't have a lot of other things. I mean, I had to work to make money, but then when I had free time, I could do what I wanted during my free time. So anyway, my paintings from then, from my 30s, they're really something, because my eyesight was better. But my eyesight is pretty good with glasses. It's just kind of like more difficult to do it. I have to like wear the right pair of glasses for the right project. Okay, Isabel, have fun doing your homework. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I love these colors. Pinks and maroon and green. I love pink and green. So it makes sense, because this is like basically versions of pink and green. Omizu asks, are you a painter that uses black or refuses black? That is a funny question because I had a painting teacher who, when I was in high school, who taught us how to make black with like phthalo blue and like phthalo, I don't know, green, no, phthalo blue, red, alizarin crimson, phthalo green, alizarin crimson. I don't know. Anyway, but to answer your question, Omizu, can you see that? Oh, no, there. That is golden carbon black. This is like the blackest stuff ever. Let me show it to you. Right here. This is the blackest black I've found. So not only do I use black, but I searched out the blackest black. I bought a bunch of different blacks and I did a little like test trying to find the blackest one. And that one was it. That's the blackest one. That would make a good YouTube video, actually. Like, what's the blackest black you can get on the market? Or in an art store, or whatever. There's that, like, black paint that, like, is like some sort of chemical creation, right? That just, like, what is it called? It's, like, so black, it, like, I'm just going to be quiet now because I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know the words for what I'm talking about. Rumpelstiltskin says, I love black. Most of my clothes are black. And he likes black and white sketches. Cool. Bone black. Oh, I'll have to compare bone black. I know I have some around. But yeah, I'm up for using anything, really. I had an epiphany about limitations the other day, but it didn't really apply to color as much as it applied to subject matter. I decided, like, instead of saying I don't like, how about I say I really enjoy, tell you what I enjoy. I enjoy looking at real things. So painting from photographs is not really something I want to do. So my epiphany was like, yeah, I can limit these paintings that I'm doing instead of feeling like, oh, I could do whatever I want and then getting like fatigued by making decisions. Instead, I can just be like, yeah, my paintings are only going to be based on things either in my imagination, it's still pretty broad, or things that I can see. This is still pretty broad. Keeping my imagination in there is pretty broad. Yes, Vanta Black. That is what I was talking about, Rumpelstiltskin. That is what I was talking about, Vanta Black. Thank you. For reminding me of what it was called. I guess, okay, back to this. Amizu says, when I oil paint, I do not use black or haven't used black. Oh, okay. Yeah. One of the canvases on my wall right now, one of these huge linen canvases. I started a little spot on it from a photograph, and I just felt like, oh, I really don't like being like a photocopy machine, you know? So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else in that spot, something from life that I enjoy. I'm really enjoying this rose. This is, if it didn't move at all, then I would enjoy it even more. It was just like frozen, like the painting will be. Gonna have to get a little mat to stand on so my knees won't hurt after working on this painting, standing on this concrete floor. Maybe get a little, yeah, a mat. Mat would be good. I like standing while I'm working. It's kind of nice. I have to wiggle my brush back and forth to get it to go in those fibers of the linen. Oh, this leaf down here has the teeth all around it too. That would be nice to get in. Let's move back a little bit. There. Get a little bit of the top of that rose so you can see it. All right. Now, I made this rose on the canvas as big as I could possibly make it without having to move around on a ladder. Like my other painting of the ballerina, you know, where I'm having to move the still life every time I get to a different spot because the ballerina is so big. I didn't want to have to do that with this rose because I figured, A, it's not going to last very long, this rose. I don't know how it's going to dry. If it dries, like if it'll dry looking the way it looks. I mean, I doubt it. It's going to shrivel up a bit. So I didn't want to have to do a huge portrait of it and then not be able to finish it in the time that I needed to finish it in. I like seeing, I'm looking at the object. I'll get a little closer. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. See that? I, mm. All right. Let me see if I can fix that. It's gonna look wet. It's gonna look dark. I'm gonna attempt to get that acrylic off of this canvas. Bad right there. I want to keep the linen raw. I think it's gone. I think it came off. I'll know when it's dry. See a little bit of it right there. Okay. All right, I got a new glove. And where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? No, I just didn't. Well, I'll be wrapping up in like a half hour. But I accidentally put my hand in wet paint and then I got it on the canvas here. So I'm gonna come up here and work up here instead, because here there's no paint for me to put my hand in at the moment. So I'm gonna let that dry. I started doing the saw teeth around this leaf, and that's when I put my hand in it. And yeah, actually I could do this leaf, these teeth. Maybe I'll do these teeth right here. Mhm. Touch me not plants. Huh. I don't know. I'm not familiar with them. If we do have them, I'm not sure what they are, but that's funny that you like to play with them and you're not supposed to touch them, but they would keep you occupied for hours as a kid. That's funny. A lot of green here. Hey, it's Friday today. Anybody doing anything fun for the weekend? Umizu, you have to work, right? I like the ombre from the green to the maroon. So satisfying to blend the colors. All weekend. Oh, wow. Rumpelstiltskin, that sounds like a really cool plant. I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't know what plant that is. It sounds neat. Is my microphone still sounding good? Is it like better than previous? I know you already told me it was and that it sounded crystal clear, but I guess I want to hear confirmation again that it's working. Reassurance. Isn't that terrible? I need reassurance for my microphone. Sound check. Great. Hey, Pratam is here. Welcome, Pratam. You doing well today? Oh, I'm glad to hear you're doing great. That's awesome. I'm doing well too. I slept in today and then I hung out in my house. I didn't get I didn't get in the studio this morning. And then when I got in here, I was doing some construction. I'm or like I'm building shelves under my stairwell that where I can store my little figurines and stuff. It's like a secret little place. It's like it won't be so secret. I'll show you guys when I finish this. Before I wrap up the live stream, I'll show you my little shelving area underneath the stairs. I can't wait to start putting stuff in there. I still need to finish building it though. I'm putting like a little edge on the shelves so that if I push things around on the shelf, they won't easily fall off the shelf. Anyway, I'll show y'all if you're around when I finish this video, which is going to be in about 12 minutes, actually. This is wet. It's drying. Let's go back to the sawtooth and get this mapped in. Yeah, little guardrails on my shelves. They're very tiny. Little railing, little guardrail. Yep. I have these scraps of wood laying around from when they constructed this place. So I'm just kind of like building stuff. This is cool because the leaf kind of, if I want, it can line up exactly with this stem. If I move my head a little bit, I could bring it over this way. But I think I like it. I think I like it lining up with the stem. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's a conscious decision I'm making to line it up. That's right. Every rose has its thorn, just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Is that like Guns N' Roses? Every word has its song. Every word has a song. This has little tiny, tiny little pricklies, little tiny, tiny little pricklies here. I can't get them to look like quite as prickly as they do in reality because of the texture of the canvas. doing my best, and I think it's going to be pretty amazing in the end. Okay, let's see. Let's fill this in with some green. Sometimes when I can't concentrate, like I've been concentrating on something, and then I need to give my brain like a relax, like a moment of rest from concentrating on like drawing something or lining something up, then I'll just like decide to color something in, like this leaf. Like this needs to be green on this side of the leaf as well, so let's do it. Doesn't take too much concentration. I say as I go over the line. That's okay. Let me have this come up. Oh yeah. Right. I get what you're saying, Pratam. Okay, there's a lot of little. I can barely see the ones on this edge though, but I'm gonna find them and put them in. A little bit. A little bit. It's like two that I can really see. I'm referring to the little teeth on the leaf. You can see a couple of them, but the ones on this side of the leaf kind of disappear. Not that they disappear, but they're rounding the edge. They're on the other side. Now I have that song in my head. Aw. See you, Rumpelstiltskin. In just a few more minutes, I'm going to show you all my shelves that I've been building where I'm going to store my collection of figurines. Idea of having like a nice little organized, like a cubby hole. All right, just a couple more minutes of painting, and then I'm going to show my other project. Hey, Rip Duck. My alarm went off. That means I'm going to change gears, and I'm going to show you my area that's under my stairs that I'm building. I'm putting in shelves, and I'm gonna have a little secret cave for my collection of toys, collection of figurines. Ready? Let's go check it out. Let me pull this phone out of the tripod. Okay. Let's see what I've done here. This is the situation here. There's the computer, and there's the reference. Let's see if we can get a close up of these little things I'm talking about on the stem. See that? See those? See those? Ain't those cool? I love that. And then look at these little curls. These little curls. Even those little curls have little prickly things on them. Like this rose has got prickly things on it all over the place. Not just the big thorns, but yeah, and the leaves. Anyway, pretty. And then when the light hits it, it's really got these like bright highlights and all this detail that I can't really see with my eyes unless I don't even know if I can see quite this much detail with my own eyes. But anyway, yeah, I definitely am leaving out a lot of detail, like where these things curl, leaving out a lot of detail, but I still have a ways to go. All right, let's go check out my area under. This is my loft. These are the stairs going up to the loft. I still have to paint the wall. I still have to paint the cracks in the ceiling here, the cut in the ceiling. If I had a sprayer, that would be easier, but I don't. So, anyway, here it is. Dun, dun. This is exciting, isn't it? I'm putting up these shelves. And see, here's the little guardrail I put in. So, for example, this vase is pretty big, so I can't stand it up. I mean, I could have if I didn't have the shelves go all the way up, but I have the shelves going all the way up. So I laid it down, but it doesn't roll off because I have this piece of molding that the construction guys left. And they had bought all these sheets. I guess they used them for well, there's molding that they use. They use them for trim like this. Like they trim that out in these things. So anyway, yeah. And then they're not going to match either. Like, oh, I whittled that away, or whatever you want to call it, so that it's flush now with the wall. Yeah. So it's going to be my little magic area. You've seen it empty, and I'm going to fill it up. These shelves are going to be filled with little objects and things. Isn't that great? I just love that space. And then this, I'm going to have rolling racks in here that will have my paintings on them. And over here, you can come out and look out the window. Beautiful, beautiful day, wonderful field. There's a barn that the right side of that barn I faux painted to look like wood. It's actually made out of sheet metal. That part of the barn is. Thank you. All right. Here's a painting I have yet to finish of here's my childhood bike. Isn't that the greatest bike in the world? I love that bike. Okay. Thank you for joining me today, y'all. Got that going on. And then on the other side of my table, I took down all the little figurines, but when I'm done with the rows, I'll put them back up there. And then I'll be able to work on this guy again. And then here's the painting that I started by looking at a photograph, and I was like, no, I don't want to look at photographs. I want to look at real objects. I do ride my bike around. I was riding it around yesterday, and I was kind of sad because I've got so much stuff on the floor. I need to move a few things so that I can like really ride in a circle. Hi, Froggy Crafts. It's so nice to see you. I guess we're not on the same schedule because I've been around almost every day doing live streams. I've been working on this painting I'm going to be doing this painting of this ballerina from start to finish. I just took a little pause because I've got this rosebud that's so pretty. Oh, the photo that I was painting from I found it on Instagram. It was a friend of mine who I know through the internet world. she is on a sailboat with her partner, and together they're like going to like the Fiji Islands. I think they're in New Zealand right now. This couple, yeah, so anyway, when they were in Fiji Islands, they they posted. I mean, all the photos that they post are amazing. I think I forget what the name of their Instagram is called, but um, I fell in love with one of their photographs, and I was like, "Oh, this is such an amazing photograph of this like alcove." And so I started painting it, and then I don't know. I was just thinking like, well, I don't really want to paint from a photograph. So anyway, and I can just, just because I'm inspired by it doesn't mean I need to include it in my painting. Yeah, I'm gonna put a big bow, I think, on it. I think I'm gonna do bow and arrow. I want a big bow and arrow. That's Rumpelstiltskin's idea, to have a bow with an arrow through it. Um, the other thing I think about is like, well, maybe I could just use my imagination, and instead of like I'll just use my memory of the photo. Like maybe that is something I want to experiment with. But we'll see. Oh, I never showed you all. Well, at least you tried, and you know what you like and don't like. Yeah, exactly. I know I can paint from a photograph. This is the thing that my family saved up all their tickets for at the arcade that I wanted. And so it seemed to go with the whole like tropical, well, Fiji background. All right. Love love figurines. Well, let's see. That's that, guys. Thanks for tuning in today, and I hope everybody has a good weekend. See y'all soon. Peace.